Hi, Pastor Chris here. We're at Serve Food Pantry, where we're benefiting them with our collecting of 40,000 pounds of food. This is where it's going to go. Come on inside and let's see where all that food's going to go. Hi, I'm here with Marilyn Stevens, the Executive Director of Serve, and I'm going to let her explain to us what that is. I'm really excited for her to tell us the story of Serve, to see how our 40,000 pounds that we're collecting over Lent is going to bless a lot of people. Marilyn, tell us, what does Serve stand for?
SERVE stands for Stafford Emergency Relief Through Volunteer Efforts.
And how long has SERVE been going on in the Stafford area?
We've been here since 1979. We were founded by a social worker from Stafford County who realized that the county and the government can't fill a lot of the voids that the community has. They have lots of regulations and things to go by, and they just needed somebody that could fill in the voids. And that's what makes SERVE kind of unique, is that we're a nonprofit organization, and we run with our hearts a lot of times, and we can help those families who might make 2 quarters more than they're supposed to make to get food stamps. We can help those families who are just down on their luck this time, but don't have a financial problem. You know, it's just all the life emergencies that come through, we're able to help with. And I love that about SERVE, that we're a big gray area. And that's the heart and soul of the whole organization. Certainly.
Well, you guys help a lot of people. Tell us about how many people do you all help a week?
We vary between, I'm going to say 80 and 100. Some weeks are I don't know whether I'd say better or worse than others, you know. And then when summertime comes, we have a lot of kids out of school, and so our numbers tend to go up then. But an average of 100 families a week is on the safe side, yes.
Okay, about 100 families a week. And how much food does, say, an average family of 4 typically get when they leave SERVE?
We start out with like a 40-pound box of food, and then we add to it a bag or 2 of all the bread items that we have, or we might have roasted chickens for some of the local grocery stores that donate to us, or pizzas from Pizza Hut, they donate to us. We're starting to get Kentucky Fried Chicken donations as well. So we have a lot of community support. And so it starts out with a 40-pound box for a family of 4, but it could easily go up to 60 or 65 pounds before they leave here.
Wow, wow. And how long will a box like that typically last for a family?
It's supposed to last for a week.
Okay, it's supposed to last them for a week, okay.
And we do have like formula and stuff and diapers and a few toiletry items. So we have a little bit on the outside of food as well. And pets and stuff. We might have dog food once in a while that we're able to give away.
You come across lots of different stories of people every day. Can you tell us some stories, some of the ones that have touched you the most?
Every day is a new story. It's true. And it seems like the Lord sends just the right family at just the right time when I need a special story. About 2 weeks ago, we were introduced to a family, and they were fleeing a really bad situation right on the Mexican border. And they lived on the borders of California and New Mexico. And they were just trying to leave the area because they had teenage daughters and sons that were starting to fall prey to some of the challenges there and the peer pressures and being beat up if they didn't comply. And because they love their children as much as we do, they decided to just have faith in God and pray, and where the Lord led them, that's where they'd go for safety. And so they ended up here in Fredericksburg. And they have 9 children, and right now they have 3 pots and pans. They have a small TV and 3 outfits of clothing for each one, because along the road their van broke down that was carrying everything, and they had to save their money to get here to get into housing. So they've got a place to stay. They just have absolutely nothing to exist on as far as a house goes. They're all sleeping on the floor, family of 11, 9 children and 2 adults. And that's just another day here. I mean, it's a large family, and it's outside the norm, but those kind of things happen every day here. And it's just really sad. Thank God they were smart enough to be able to provide for their housing, you know, and they did the right thing. I don't know if I'd have had that much courage.
Sure.
But they did.
They made some difficult choices.
Yes, they made some very difficult choices. But because they love their children, they did it, you know.
Sure.
And I'm just glad that we can help and with food as best we can, and we're trying to come up with, if anybody has anything, bedroom furniture, dressers, clothing, household furniture, anything, just anything.
Sure.
They have nothing. She said her number one desire is to give them a towel, a fresh towel of their own, because they don't have any linens.
Now at Ebenezer Church, we've kind of set a goal to collect 40,000 pounds of food.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Over Lent, and we're working towards that goal. What will that do for you? If you had 40,000 pounds of food tomorrow, what would that do for you all?
Be a very hectic day tomorrow. But we would be praising God the whole time, because getting our hands on the food and putting it out in the community, that's really our heartthrob. That's what we do. That's the pulse of this place, is to provide for those in need. And I would love to be able to give it out, twice a month instead of once a month. We have to limit it to once a month because we just don't have enough to meet all the needs. But if we had an excess like that, we could actually benefit them by helping them out twice a month. Just fill the needs better.
Sure.
And get some stock here to where we don't have to sweat so much. It's kind of hard. It's hard. And with summer coming, it's a panicky situation at times, because we know we're going to need more peanut butter, more jelly, more tuna, more of the basics that kids need. Raviolis,
Well, and tell us a little bit more, as you're talking about the needs that you have. How has recent economic situation affected the food that you all have and collect?
Oh, it has taken a toll. Though I do find that the churches have really stepped up, but it does take a toll. It's like the challenge is even harder. And so you really have to go on faith. You have to set a really awesome number, like 40,000, and just go on faith and know that you can meet it. That's the churches that have been the most successful food drives have been from those who didn't wonder how it was going to happen. They just knew it would. And that's what we go on every day. We just go on faith every single day that it's going to help. It's going to come in, and it does. It's amazing, absolutely amazing, but it does come in.
Well, and based on the numbers that you told us a few minutes ago, 100 people a week you guys are able to resource, and 40,000 pounds of food, that's 1,000 people. That's 10 weeks that could potentially feed folks for. And what a wonderful blessing that could be to others.
Amen.
And we're excited.
Does that get me through summer?
Just about, and we're excited to be able to participate in that. So we've just heard how Serve is reaching out to those in need and feeding the hungry. We can play a role in that. We have a goal of 40,000 pounds, and we are a quarter of the way to our goal. Here's a box of food. The food that we collect will go to fill one of these boxes. This is what 40 pounds of food looks like. This is what a family has to live on for a week. Imagine what our grocery carts look like when we go shopping for a week, and how much bigger they are. Can't we just add a can or two more, or 3 or 4 more, to go to help those in need? Maybe some peanut butter to help fill the empty shelves, or some jelly, or any kind of canned good that will go, again, to help those who are in need. Jesus calls us to love our neighbor as ourselves. Jesus calls us to do unto the least of these, and to love them and care for them. As followers of Jesus, that's what we're doing. That's what we're called to do. We can do this. We can raise that 40,000 pounds of food, and we can bless thousands of people who will know that somebody cared for them enough to give a can of food.